What's up guys, it's Eric Kelly aka the Tech Gentleman bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Before I get going though, I want to remind you guys, make sure you hit me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you got any comments or questions, make sure you leave me in the comment section down below. I'll make sure to get back to you. But without further ado, let's talk tech. Alright guys, so it's here, the S24 Ultra, and I want to give you guys just a little history. Alright, so the last Samsung slab I had was the Note 20 Ultra, which ironically was the Ultra that started the whole series they got going now. So that was several years ago. Since then I've been using pretty much exclusively foldable phones from Samsung. Had a Fold 2, went to the Fold 4, also had the Flip 4 and the Flip 5 most recently, which I actually got the Flip 5 right here. And so going to this device, I'm a little, my response is going to be a little different than most reviewers, right? It's going to be unique because I haven't used a top tier Samsung slab in about 3 years. So I'm just blown away. And I think this kind of leads me to one of my later points, which is, who is this phone for, right? I'll talk about that later, but just give you a little background on what I've been using. I got iPhone 15 Pro, I got Pixel 8 Pro, I've got other brand phones, but as far as a Samsung slab, this is my first one in 3 years. Keep that in mind as I go through my impressions and my thoughts. But just a quick rundown. First off, the price. This guy starts at $1,300. Is it worth $1,300? I don't know yet. I'll tell you this though. If you're looking for the money, it's not in this box. All right, you got to keep looking. You got to start looking and digging into this phone. There's a lot of stuff going on with this phone. I've had this guy for about 2 days now, and it's taken me that long to really just kind of get over, you know, not the butterflies, but just that kind of new phone smell, and really kind of start sinking my teeth into what this phone is. It's got some really high points. I will say one of the low points though, it is not comfortable to hold. These hard corners, like I said, the Pixel 8 Pro is probably one of the most comfortable phones I've ever held. This phone is one of the least. I thought the iPhone was bad, but these corners are not built for human hands. But don't worry, I got some case videos coming as well. But that's one of the low points. Outside of that, this guy is feature packed. Some of the new stuff for this year, obviously the titanium. This is the titanium color. They have the AI, they have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. You also get, I believe, 7 years of security and OS updates, which is a big deal. And this is the first phone I'll say I believe would be usable in 8 years, right? So if you think about that, what's a phone from 8 years ago or 7 years ago that you would be willing to use today, even if it had the latest software? I don't know of any, right? I've got a Pixel 2 XL that I was kind of surprised held up as well as it did. But as far as things that we're looking for out of devices today and going forward, it's not going to work. So I think this is close, but I'm still kind of skeptical on the usage of that, which I think at a minimum you'll get 4 or 5 good years out of it, which will be plenty. The things specifically I'm excited for about this device, the cameras, also the battery life, which the first day I got out the box, 0 to 100, I charged it up and I got 8 hours, over 8 hours actually, of screen on time with my first charge. That's wireless learning. You know, if you don't know how Samsung does it, and most phones nowadays, they have a little time period where they're kind of learning your habits and learning how you use the phone, what apps you're using, and your, you know, charging patterns and things like that to optimize the battery. To get 8 hours of screen on time while it's still optimizing, while I'm still in new phone mode, I'm still downloading apps, I'm still, you know, going through all the settings, playing with all the features. and I'm just over the moon about the battery life. That's something I'm super excited for. And also having the stylus in the phone, because I'm a stylus user, specifically an S Pen user. I have one for my Fold 4 that I use religiously, but I'm always struggling to keep up with it, right? They have a case, but the phone's already thick. I don't need anything else added to it. So having the stylus on the phone is just handy. It's not the most comfortable stylus. I do prefer, I do like the fact that I can use the stylus from my Tab S8 Ultra though. That is dope. It's a full-size pen almost, because this is glass, which another thing coming from the foldable world you don't have. I can use that full-size pen on this screen, and that just takes the functionality, you know, even higher. But something else that also I'm really excited about with this phone is just the build. It feels like I'm holding a window, right, and into the future. This is the titanium color, and even it's just so refined, right? I love the individual camera cutouts, but I mean, if you look at those camera lenses, I am terrified, because those are so many options so many opportunities to get caught on something, to get nicked, scratched or something. Just a beautiful device. It feels like a tool, right? Especially with this titanium build on it. But it really has kind of everything you need. It has a great display, great speakers, great battery life, great cameras, the flexibility of the cameras. And really, like I said, coming from other devices, I forget how enabling having flexible cameras and great battery life are, right? Case in point, Pixel 8 Pro been in my pocket no matter what other phone I've had, because of the cameras on that phone. And one downside to the Pixel 8 Pro is the battery life is not outstanding, especially once you start cranking on that camera. So the idea that I can have a phone that has a wild set of cameras, but the battery life be amazing, right? I can shoot, I can record video, record my daughter's doing things, and still not have to look for a charger before the end of the day. That's great. Be able to use all the features in the phone. This phone has AI. It has a lot of, you know, functionality that if I'm worried about battery life, I might be less inclined to use or even try. The battery life is just so enabling and freeing. But then also you're doing it in this beautiful package too, right? And case in point, my 4-year-old, she saw me using the phone, and she's looking at it, you know, from this side as I'm holding it, and she's like, "Daddy, you got a new phone." And it's funny because she barely notices when I get a new phone, because I go through so many. And I was like, "Yeah, I got a new one." And she's like, "It's so pretty." And I was like, "You know what? This is a pretty phone. It is pretty." It's had to grow on me, but I don't know. I'm getting more excited the more I use it. I thought that kind of the hype was going to die down once I got it in my hands. I played with it at Best Buy initially, and I was just kind of taken with the design, the flat screen, the titanium, the display. And I thought once I got it, yeah, they'll kind of wear off. But I mean, the more I use it, every time I pick it up, I just feel like I can do everything. And to be honest, the only phone I felt that way with recently, or close to it, has been the Pixel, right? Even my Fold, the cameras on there, not great. The battery life, not great, right? With this guy, I feel like I've kind of got it all, right? But I'll have some more stuff coming up. I got some camera samples coming up, some accessory videos, cases, and things like that, and just share my thoughts as I try to power through putting together a review for this device. But right now, out the gate, I'm excited. If you got a phone 2 years or older, this is for you. Or if you're just a tech person that is just has to have the cutting edge latest device, this is for you as well. But if you're in one of those two categories, you get this guy, you won't be disappointed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys. Peace.